from a layman's perspective, war is bad. Of course, because if you are a common citizen, when you think of war coming, then you feel very vulnerable. But it turns out for people who are in power, war is not always a bad thing. It could be a good thing, it could be profitable, or that. Baruch does talk about that in political treatise in chapter 6 and chapter 7. And the point he tries to make is he is aware, he makes us understand that he knows about this reality that when somebody is in power, war can be an interesting thing and people might want to engage in war for whatever reason. And he says now he's talking about organizing a monarchy so that it's stable and sustainable. And one of the things he suggests, he provides a suggestion on how to organize it in such a way that the people who have power will not love war, they will love peace more. So they will only go to war when it's really, really necessary. He says war is only to be made for the sake of peace, so that at the end, at its end, one may be rid of arms. And so when cities are being taken by the right of war, the terms of peace are to be made after the enemies are subdued, and the captured cities must not be garrisoned and kept, but either the enemy, on accepting terms of peace, should be allowed to redeem them at a price, or if by following that policy there will be, by reason of the danger of the position, remain a constant lacking anxiety, they must be utterly. So it's talking about how to manage war in a monarchy that is well organized. But now the following part is where now he talks about, he says that those people who are put in position of power, they should be made to, the system should be organized in such a way that if they start war, they should have something to lose. You shouldn't have somebody in position of power making a decision about war and they have nothing to lose in that war. Then they will be encouraged to start it because they have nothing to lose. And it's even worse if they stand to gain out of it. And in fact, we have, and in the modern society, we have structures where, political structures where people can be making decisions about war and they stand to benefit out of it. Maybe they have stocks in companies that manufacture weaponry and things like that. And now they are driven to start wars because they know with war, this company is going to sell more of these weapons and I'm going to get more money at the end of it. So Baruch talks about such scenarios. He says, in fact, he gives details on how to organize such a society, especially the council. For him, he's talking about the council, which is like, you can call it the cabinet in today's government, cabinet of ministers, something like that. So that those people, when they go decide we're going to war, they understand that they are going to lose. So they are going to lose something. So he says that may come in terms of them having to pay more tax so that more money goes into the war effort. And that also affects their own family and friends, close people. Then they understand that they are going to lose. Then he talks about, of course, the militia coming from the citizens. And he also talks about the economic organization, which also includes forbidding people from lending money to people who are outside the Commonwealth, or having property that's outside the Commonwealth. And we are talking about people in position of power, people who decide on war. So those people should have all their property within the Commonwealth, so that if they are starting war, they know they are risking their own livelihood, their own wealth and everything. And that will make them decide, be very careful when they are deciding like, oh, we are going to war. Yeah.